Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Acting Premier. This morning, Londoners learned that 500 surgeries in our local hospitals will be cancelled to be rescheduled at a later date. This means that 500 patients who've already been waiting in pain for up to 2 years will be forced to wait even longer. One of my constituents, Brian Peck, was told in November 2014 that he needed a hip replacement, but it may not be scheduled until the end of 2016. He is using a walker and has already fallen 3 times because of his hip. The surgeon says he will probably be in a wheelchair by the time he gets the surgery. Speaker, the hospitals say they've run out of money. The LHIN blames the hospitals for booking too many surgeries. My question is, who in this Liberal government is looking out for patients, for these 500 people in London who are now facing a healthcare crisis?
Thank you. Deputy Premier.
To the Minister of Health.
Minister of Health and Long-Term Care.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. This is obviously an extremely important issue, and we have an expectation that both through our LHINs and hospitals directly, that they continue to work together closely, not only within the fiscal framework provided to them, but in a manner importantly and critically, Mr. Speaker, that maintains and enhances the quality of care that's provided for those that depend on that resource. So our expectation in this, as all cases, that patient care will not be impacted. I do need to point out, Mr. Speaker, that our funding to the London Health Sciences Centre has risen by 72% over the last decade, an increase of more than $316 million. We have a commitment to make sure that that level of service that the individuals in London and the London area deserve, that service is available and provided to them.
Supplementary, the member from London Fanshawe.
Speaker, back to the Acting Premier. Wait times are already longer in London than other parts of the province, and surgeries in our hospitals keep getting cancelled. In March, I stood up in this House and I asked the minister to stop the cuts to elective surgeries that month. The minister refused. Now it's happening again. 500 patients in London will wait even longer for surgery because this Liberal government failed to do its job. Will this Liberal government take responsibility and stop the latest cuts to surgeries, or will the Acting Premier make more excuses and force 500 patients to wait even longer? Which is it?
Thank you. Minister of Health.
Speaker, I do remember distinctly when the member opposite raised this about a year ago, or just under a year ago. In that case, it was her assumption that these were cuts or somehow unpredictable. In fact, they were part of regularly scheduled closures of the OR that occurs in a number of hospitals or is reduced in a number of hospitals over the holiday season, Mr. Speaker. In this case, I will certainly investigate what the particulars of this allegation are, but I do maintain my commitment and responsibility to ensure that the quality of care provided through that hospital, as others throughout the province, is maintained, and I will be following up directly with the hospital as well as the LHIN, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you.